Hey everybody, I am Howard and this is Otter's Retirement Corner. Today I want to talk about entertainment in retirement. In other words, what do you do to keep yourself occupied when you have nothing to do? What is it you do? For most of us, the answer is going to be, unfortunately, television. Um, I know for me, I grew up with television. That was my babysitter. I watched a lot of TV. I still probably watch a lot of TV. Obviously, when I was working, I couldn't watch as much, but I still watch TV. Is that good or bad for elderly, retired, people sitting around all day? I did find a couple scholarly articles, research articles, and they were from Europe. It's a little hard to find these, but most of them in general say a lot of TV watching is bad. To be sedentary, sitting on a couch or a chair watching TV is not good for you. And I think we all knew that. I think, that's somewhat intuitive. But there's the other side of it that says you need something to occupy your mind, whether you're thinking through problems or formulations or methods, or just letting it come to you and be entertained. I think if most of us had to live without TV, it would be difficult for us. We would find other things to do. I have some beautiful, I spent an hour sitting out back with, Otter running around the yard today. Perfectly fine and comfortable for me. I can lay in the hammock, lie in the hammock, but TV is important. So, the interesting thing is during COVID, I think we all learned to watch TV a little differently, and we all learned to watch TV a lot more. Many of us, some of us lost our jobs, I understand that. Some of us worked from home and didn't sit at our desk all day long. We know that happens. Some of us worked with TV on in the background. Uh, that's no secret. So I guess what I'm asking you today is, how much TV do you watch? And how much do you spend on TV? And that's the other important part of it. TV isn't just plug and play anymore. You pay for cable television service. You pay for premiums. My wife likes premiums. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't watch them that much, except when I'm with her. So I watch a lot of YouTube. So we have Netflix, Showtime, HBO Max, Amazon, that comes with our membership. We don't have Apple TV or Disney, which is, whenever I see a good, interesting series coming on and it's on those, the first thing my wife says is, let's buy that. Oh, no, I don't want to buy that. And that's how we ended up with the other three is, something came on, we didn't want to miss it, let's buy that. So our TV slash internet budget is about $225 a month. Now that's a lot of money, and I get it. I absolutely get it. I'd like it to be a little less, and I understand for a lot of you that's above and beyond what you want to spend, but the reality is a lot of you do spend that. So again, how much are you spending on TV and how much TV are you watching? And again, I was talking about COVID, and we all learned to watch TV, and in the quest for more entertainment, I started doing what everybody did, binge watching series we had never seen or known about. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. And after saying TV's bad for you, here's what I like about TV. So I'm going to talk about some of the TV series that I binge watch and I continue to try to watch on those pay channels. Now, I'm not so much talking about Breaking Bad, which was on, I think, AMC or something. That's regular cable. If you don't have that, you can now binge watch Breaking Bad somewhere else, certainly. Better Call Saul, which spun off with that. Those are both really good series. Not the best. There were, I found Better Call Saul a little slow, but in general, they were both really good series. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the ones I like and don't like, and tell me what you think. The first couple I want to, Ray Donovan was one of the first ones I discovered. Love that series. It's really violent. You got to be ready for that, but good series. Another one, again, very violent, but really interesting, was Ozark. And I think that was only on maybe 3 years, but really like that one. One of my favorites in comedy is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Um, it was 3 seasons, I think, and I want to note that one because it had one of the, if not the best characters in my entire lifetime of watching TV, and that's the Susie Myers or Meyerson, I don't know, Susie Myers maybe, a character played by Alex Borstein. Um, it's the kind of thing, you think about who are the memorable characters in all of TV. You think of Kramer and Seinfeld. You think of Jim Ignatowski in Taxi. For me, I think of Stewie in Family Guy. When you're watching these series, you want those people, those characters to be on all the time. And she is, and I understand it's not just her acting, the writing behind it is fantastic. But that's what stood out for me. I love that series. Again, I think it was only about 3 years. The Kaminsky Method with Michael Douglas, it was just a couple years. You got to watch that just for Alan Arkin. He was in the first year, maybe a little bit more of that. Great comedic talent. I really loved him in that. Another one we watched was Bosch. I think it was about 8 years, Bosch. And then they sort of changed up the series a little bit with the same characters and called it Bosch Legacy. Really good. We recently watched Suits. That's okay. It was entertaining. It's a law firm. I think they're about 8 years. The shows are kind of repetitive, but that was entertaining. We liked that. One my wife liked that I couldn't get into was 6 Feet Under. Another one I really love early on. One of the first one was Weeds. It just, I found it enjoyable. I think it was about 8 years. Orange is the New Black, which I never finished. I watched about 3 seasons of that. I gotta get back to that. Stranger Things. One of the really frustrating things about some of these series is, and Better Call Saul was like this. They run a season, then it's like a year and a half or 2 years before the next season. And I understand part of it was COVID, and there's writer strikes and things like that. But Stranger Things, it seems like it's been 2 years since the last season. Extremely popular with everybody. The other thing is, a lot of these series I weren't aware of, and then I watch the Emmys, and you see one show getting all the Emmys, and you think, okay, it must be pretty good. I got to watch that. Not always the case, though. I want to point out Schitt's Creek. Won like every single award one year, and I just can't get into it. I don't know what it is. I know that the actors are marvelous. I like them, but the series just doesn't work for me. The Good Place. My wife loves that one. I just, it's a Ted Danson series. He's good in it. I don't know. It's just a little slow to me. We watched Succession. Okay, it's kind of like Suits. Kind of the same thing every week, but a lot of intrigue and conflict. Hacks, very short, I think 2 years, maybe 3, a little comedy. Another one of the best, and this may be the best of all of them, Veep. One of the funniest series. Again, one of the single good actors and roles in that, and I can't think of his name, but it's it's the vice president, it's the bag man. I'm sorry, but again, one of the all-time great characters. You want him in every scene. Here's a cute one, Kim's Convenience. It's a Canadian series about a Korean family that own a convenience store. It's not roll on the floor funny, but it was entertaining. I liked it. There were several, 5, 6, 7 years. I enjoyed it. Curb Your Enthusiasm is obviously a good one. I find that a little slow at times. It's kind of like Seinfeld, where there's so many coincidences in there that, it sort of ruins it for me. But, Larry David's outstanding, obviously. Oh, another really good one was Barry. Maybe only 3 or 4 years. Any of the Fargo, not the movie, any of the Fargo series, they run 1 year, 6, 7, 8 episodes, and then they switch up the cast and it's a whole new plot. Any of those years, outstanding. And then Atypical, which is about a family with an autistic son. That's kind of cute. Anyway, those are ones that jump out at me. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them. One thing I want to talk about, you see pictures in the background? My friend said to me, I saw one of your videos in your cave. There's no pictures on the wall. So I said, well, what you don't know is we have pictures sitting all over the floor that my wife hasn't decided whether to put up or not. So there's some pictures. Tell me if you like those. Should we put those on the wall or should we get something else? I got to get my wife to. We've been in the house for 10 months and we haven't put any pictures up. It's hard to, fix and repair the walls and paint them and, then put nails in them. But she just can't decide whether to go with what we had or get all the pictures. So anyway, subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what you watch. Tell me how much you pay for TV. Tell me what you recommend. Tell me how much TV you watch, whether it's good or bad. What do you think? I'm sure I'm going to get people to say, that's the worst junk in the world. Don't watch it, and I get that. And then I'm going to get people who are probably more like me who say, yeah, I like TV. I'm retired. I don't have much to do. I watch a lot of TV. I'm not in that category. I have a lot to do, but when I don't, I watch TV. I read too. And coming up, we're going to cover movies and books. Maybe not in this detail. Well, maybe in this detail. I don't know. But if there's other entertainment areas you want me to talk about or cover, I do like to go and do the research and see what the psychologists say, what the research shows. Because again, generally, it's bad to sit around and watch a lot of TV. Even, they compared it to sitting at your computer and doing other sedentary things that did not have bad physical outcomes. TV did. And it may be the position you sit in, or, I don't know. I don't know what the other variables were. But let me know. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.